Hey guys, this is Joystick93, and I'm going to do something a little different today. I usually keep quiet on, not really personal matters, but, gaming industry matters, but this one I really need to put my 2 cents into, because it's been driving me nuts for the last week. As you've probably heard on the interwebs, uh, people are bitching, or not really bitching, but, legitimately complaining about Mass Effect 3's ending, and I happen to be one of them. Now, the whole thing about this, um, we could call it movement, I guess, but it sounds kind of silly. The whole thing that's kind of weird about it is people on both sides have been kind of really been pretty nasty to each other, and that's bound to happen on any subject of any matter. But the amount of criticism and hate that people are getting from legitimate sites, websites like IGN, and to be more specific, Colin Moriarty of IGN, is kind of a little ridiculous, honestly. Um, if you don't know, the whole Retake Mass Effect 3 movement that started up on Facebook uh, has been going on for probably since about release, I think, since people got to the ending. And I'll address what I thought of the ending and why I think it pretty much sucks. But when they came up with, or when the Retake Mass Effect 3 movement, it's people protesting in a reasonable manner. But when you get the spin involved from or not political, but from gaming websites like IGN, GameSpot is even poked. What these gaming websites have done is exactly what the other side would normally do when they're criticizing something. They have gone and personally attacked the Retake Mass Effect movements. They call them whiny fanboys, and any legitimate concerns that the fans had, they've shoved under the rug and just told everybody that basically the fans don't like the ending, so they want to change it. Is what they're saying. That's high quality gaming news, high quality gaming press, good investigative work. I mean, it's seriously, it's starting to fucking piss me off. The amount of backlash and pretty much just uninformed nonsense that they're spouting. I'll give you some numbers here. The Retake Mass Effect movement has been they started donating to an organization called Child's Play, which if you don't know, Child's Play is a organization started up by a couple gamers in order to basically generate money to donate to kids with diseases. And honestly, that's one of the best ways to protest. You take something negative that you do, or how you feel, and you turn it into something positive. And that's what they did. And yet, these reporters, I say reporters, are twisting what we've done, and looked at the negative side of everything. There's always a negative side to every issue, honestly. There's always going to be people that take things too far on both sides. They take things too far. They say things they shouldn't. They do things they shouldn't. And they've been focusing on this. And this is exactly the kind of spin we get in politics. These journalists, they've taken the spin and ignored all the positives that this movement has done and focused on what the negative people have done. Which is fine. That's what reporters do, right? But this is not political spin. This is gaming news. And it's becoming some sort of a hot topic, and it's kind of interesting to watch it unfold, honestly. But I mean, it's really starting to bug me, the amount of spin. In fact, if you haven't heard, I'm not going to go too far into this, but Child's Play has asked the Retake Mass Effect 3 movement to slow down the donations and eventually stop donating because of a lot of hate mail that they've received, which is it's disgusting. I mean, people who donated, including myself, didn't donate because we were angry at the ending. We were angry about the ending, but we took something negative and we're like, you know what? All these people are on the Retake Mass Effect 3. It's a big organization. It's a big group of people now that we've collected. Let's take our anger and we'll put it into something good, and that's what we've done. We generated $80,000 to charity, and that is an impressive number when you're looking at people that are just angry over an ending. $80,000, that's nothing to sneeze at. But I don't know, it's annoying. Anyway, so I'm gonna go into the ending now and discuss why it's not just whiny fanboyism. Because I've not liked endings of games, and I've got over it. I was like, yeah, it was good. But when you play a game or a game series for, what has it been now, 5 years, and over 1,000 hours almost I've put into it if I go back and count. But when you get to the last 10 minutes of a game and you watch the game slowly unravel everything it's accomplished, every major decision you've done pretty much unravels itself and is by the end meaningless. And I'm gonna warn you right now, I'm gonna go into spoilers here. So just a warning, there will be spoilers right now, so don't bitch at me. But when you basically, this is the problem. So everything up to when Anderson died was fantastic. I was choking on my tears. It was so powerful. And then Admiral Hackett gives us a call. Ugh. And Shepard doesn't press any buttons and passes out. And then the magical elevator comes and Starchild comes out, and that's when everything starts to unravel itself. You've probably already heard the kids' circular logic about synthetics killing organics so they don't create synthetics to kill organics. Yeah, that's the reason the Reapers do what they do. And they're all controlled, by the way, which pretty much negates what Sovereign said to you, each nation individual free of all weakness. Apparently not. They're not individuals. They're controlled by some Starchild, some space brat. So that was fucking ridiculous. And then you go into the ABC endings of Red, Green, Blue. And the exact opposite of what they advertised in their games. They exactly said it won't be an ABC ending, despite the fact that it was. Now, I'm all for... I understand deceptive marketing, but flat out lying it's damn unethical. It really is. I mean, it's not a good way to keep your fans, and it's definitely not a good way to do business. Once you take... I mean, because the reason... BioWare's relied on the support of fans for a long time, and they've had very loyal fans, including myself. But when I get the runaround and I end up getting screwed in the end, it hurts. It hurts from a company that you've respected for so long. But back to the ending. I'm detracting here. But when you're playing the game, I understand bad endings that you don't like, but when something goes against its own lore and its own established sciences, it hurts the brain. When you watch the relays explode, there's more to the Arrival story actually. So originally in Mass Effect 1, relays couldn't be destroyed, which is like, all right, so they're indestructible. Then in Arrival, they didn't really retcon, but they kind of went back on it and they said, oh yeah, we can destroy it, but it'll destroy the whole system. And then in Mass Effect 3, we destroyed the relays, but apparently it didn't destroy every system, I guess, because it was a different explosion. The damn thing looked exactly like it looked like in Arrival. The energy inside, the mass energy, stopped and the whole thing blew up. But even if they didn't destroy the whole system, everybody you brought to war with you is dead. The Quarians and the Turians are dead. They can't eat human food. They're dead. They're done. Just like that. No more Quarians going to see Rannoch. They're toast. They're all gonna die in their flotilla ships. There's not gonna be enough room for anybody on Earth. Earth is destroyed. And so, in reality, Shepard killed more people than the Reapers ever would have. He's trapped everybody on the solar system that they were at during the time of the Reapers' attack. Can you imagine being trapped on a system, not being able to go anywhere? It's just it's kind of hard to listen. It's kind of hard to watch, honestly. And the and now we'll get back to about the fans and changing the ending. It it doesn't really need to be changed, but more expanded or explained. Because in one of the endings, in the destroy ending, Shepard wakes up, and I don't know if you've heard of the indoctrination theory, but he looks like he's on Earth. He doesn't look like he's on the Citadel. First of all, the Citadel was destroyed, which is oh, which is utterly stupid. But that's another point. I actually, so they killed everybody on the Citadel, your major hub of Mass Effect 3. They killed everybody. It's gone. Captain Bailey, everybody's dead. Council's dead. They're all dead. So that was great. That was a kick in the nuts too. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So basically, when Shepard destroyed all the relays, he trapped everybody on their own systems, and then comes the Normandy. And the Normandy, first of all, Joker is not the kind of pilot that would leave in the middle of battle. He was in the heat of Reaper battle, and all of a sudden he's flying away. He can't hit the mass relays because they've been destroyed. So he's apparently traveling at FTL speeds, gets hit by this blast, crash lands on some planet, and comes out, depending on the ending, comes out with Edie, and to get a Adam and Eve illusion, which is you kind of watch the game like it goes off the rails at the last 10 minutes, like one person took control of the ending and everybody else, all the writers just took a day off, and one person just was like, hey, let's write this on a piece of notebook paper, which in fact they did. If you look at the Last Days iOS app, you'll see that they actually did write it on a scratch paper, Mac Walters. And at the end, Mac Walters has a fantastic quote of, lots of speculation from everyone. Now, I'm all for a cliffhanger, but the thing you don't do is at the end of a trilogy, leave it on a fucking cliffhanger. You don't do that. That's not a good way to end a trilogy, on a cliffhanger. You know why? Because at the end of a trilogy, there's no more games. You don't explain it. The only thing they can do is explain it in DLC, which is what they're going to have to do. But this whole back and forth between people who apparently like the ending, which I don't understand unless you've not played the first two games and don't care about decisions you've made. I don't honestly see how that's a possibility. But the whole back and forth with the gaming media and just slamming these people that are just trying to do good and are upset about something, and they're turning it into a positive thing. But instead they choose to look at negatives, and it's all spin. And I don't know, it's kind of disheartening to see it, to say the least. But all in all, it's interesting to watch though, because this has kind of caused a shift in the gaming, kind of stirred it up a little bit, and watch people turn on each other like rabid dogs. But I digress. I guess I should just leave it at that, and as soon as I finish this recording, I'm going to figure out like 80 things I didn't say. So feel free to let me know and your opinions, and I'll definitely, if there's enough feedback, I'll definitely leave a response to it. But anyway, so that's enough about that. No more bitching. I've got some stuff to do, and we'll see you guys next time on my next Let's Play. Talk to you later, boys and girls.